they're really using their prime-time American assets to push this jab thing. They've got their Bill Burr is really into vaccines, and they did talk about COVID, so that's the assumption that you would make. Now, Brian's audience, they're not as dumbed down as the audience of the other late night, the new wave guys over there, that's Seth and, I can't even remember their names now. His audience is a bit more discerning, so in order to work them over, they've got to be very subtle and very deceptive. Let's watch how good they are.
But I think, and this is worth talking about, like I know over COVID, I ran into you, came by.
It's still going, Conan.
Please. It never existed.
Now, he tells the truth there, and all these guys that are all their assets, they know. They're on the inside. He knows that it never existed. In how they see, it's a bit vague, isn't it? There might be a virus, but it didn't exist in how they described it and portrayed it and made policy on. But he takes the literal term "it never existed" and makes a bit of a joke about it, implying that it actually was real in accordance with the narrative the people that give him his career said it was.
That's my little pet peeve. It's my little pet. Oh, I got the mask on.
I got it really into vaccines during COVID.
Here it comes. Full on deception mode, full on script. Look at this grin on this guy. I'll tell you, my admiration for Bill Burr, actually I was about to say it plummeted. It's now non-existent after, just so he's mentioned COVID and he's into vaccines. So you would assume.
I can't stop getting them now.
Do they make you
got the shingles one? I got my second one.
So that was a bit of a surprise. I mean, he's talking COVID, but he's not talking about COVID vaccines. He's talking about another one, shingles vaccines. Bit of a sidestep. And he says, "I got my second one." Now that's vitally important to make sure that down the track, if people cross-examine him and they go, "No, I didn't lie," because what he said is, "I'm into these vaccines." Plural, applying different types. So he's taken the shingles, but I've been taking vaccines. He's mentioned COVID, so we could assume that he's taken the COVID, but of course he hasn't. But he said vaccines. But he's taken two of the same one.
Do they make you sick?
Oh, well, okay. The wordplay here. This is real high-level stuff now, because Conan O'Brien says, "Did they make you sick?" Now, if you've gotten 2 doses of the one type of vaccine, the shingles, you'd say, "Did the shingles vaccine make you sick?" You wouldn't worry about whether the first one or the second one. You'd just be interested overall. So he says they, reinforcing that, well, we still might be talking about the COVID jabs.
The shingles one, the first time I felt a little weird.
Look at him, deep in thought. Come on, Bill. It's an ad hoc conversation that just come out of nowhere. He's trying to think of what to say. The shingles one? Implying now, well, that's just, there's more. But I'm just talking about the shingles. I'm not going to say what the other one is. But I'm really implying something, aren't I?
And then the second one, I had a little bit of a headache the next day. But, did not have, shingles, whatever the fuck those are.
I got those once.
Oh,
I got those years ago when I was first starting out in L.A. I got shingles.
The conversation just flows that Conan just happened to have the exact same thing that he got jabbed for right in the middle of COVID that he was crazy about, but didn't get the COVID, but he applied it. And it was when he first starting out. It wasn't last week or a couple of months ago where you could maybe track medical records or, I didn't do your show for a while, did you? When he's first starting out, try and find out what happened back then. You can't prove nothing.